Ladies and gentlemen, this session is going to be moderated on stage by Dr. MADHUPA BAKSHI, Dean and Professor of Media Science, the Heritage Academy, Kolkata. I'll request you to take your seat, ma'am. She's going to be joined on stage by ARUNAVA MUKHERJEE, CTO, Workmates, Go2 Cloud Solution Private Limited. Thank you so much, sir. Welcome. My next speaker over here is ASHISH, THAPAR, CEO, HiTech Animation Studio. Thank you so much, sir. My next speaker over here, Dr. RAJEEV, RASTOGI, Founder, Managing Director, White Apple Studios. All the way from Mumbai, thank you so much. My next speaker joining us over here is RIINGO BANERJEEE, Director, Cinematographer, Editor, Writer, and Music Composer. You name it all, he has it all. Thank you, sir. What a pleasure. And my next speaker over here is ANGSHUMAN BHATTACHARYA, AI ML entrepreneur. Thank you so much, sir.
This is going to be the penultimate session before lunch, so kind of difficult, but we will try to make it as interesting as possible. And I hope my students are awake, okay, as is the rest of the audience. Okay, I'm going directly to Mr. RAJEEV RASTOGI.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, hi Rajeev. Rajeev, you deal with a lot of AI making stuff, right? You make AI.
Yes.
You make AI. So when you make AI, what are you thinking in terms of the content that you are creating? That it is going to affect the content, how it is going to affect the content?
So basically there are a lot of experimentation happening at various levels. There are generative AI content that we are seeing all across the YouTube, all across the internet. There are now AI filmmaking that is happening. Multiple production houses in Mumbai have announced as AI feature films. Mythology is one of the easiest subject right now that people are taking care. And AI, I mean, people think that AI will help them to generate mythology very easily, which is extremely difficult is what we feel, because it needs a lot of efforts in writing the codes, promptings, consistency, look and feel, that all matters. So in terms of content, there's a wide spectrum that people need to explore. Apart from mythology, there's a lot that people can do. This is what I feel currently.
Okay, RIINGO, on that, because you come from a cinema background, he says that mythology is difficult. I'll come back to you also. What about you? What is your thought on that?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me. First, let me tell you, AI is not difficult. First, I believe that. When I got into the business, I believe that the word AI, I have a problem with the word AI. It's nothing artificial, it's progressive intelligence. It adds, it complements, it's just value adds to my life. It's very important to understand that. I don't think it's any more artificial, it's very organic, because it helps us learn, it helps us evolve, and it makes us alert. You cannot be lazy. Lazy ones will go back. It's the faster ones with the mind who are willing to involve and engage, they will progress. So if you ask me about filmmaking thing, right now, I am a part of a production house. I own a house called RIINGO Films, and we are making everything with AI. I mean, you talk about music, AI. You talk about scripts, layout of scripts, AI. Of course, the thought is there, but the progression of the thought is AI. If you ask me about, I've got assistants of mine here, the two of the brightest guys we have. I brought them for this because they are the ones who will be carrying the fort ahead with AI. And I don't think it's difficult. Mythology, yeah, fiction, yeah, non-fiction. If we learn the process, it's just about migrating to learn the process correctly and applying it. It's as easy as just talk about it, it's easy.
Okay, so you are saying that AI is just a tool, nothing more, right?
AI is my assistant.
AI is your assistant.
It's the fastest one that's around, and he comes completely free, of course. It listens to me, it obeys me. I have a name for it. I call him Scott, because Captain Scott, he's the one who carries my rocket around. Okay. I'm the pilot, he's my machine, and he never lets me down.
Okay, okay, fine. So if AI is your assistant, my question to you, how do you see going forward it is going to become assistant for all of us?
No, great question. I believe AI has already become assistant to all of us. The way I look at it is that not at a job level, sorry, but if I look at, let's look at a task level. Consider a job, and that every job is a collection of tasks. What RIINGO just said, that when he makes a film, there's a series of jobs, series of tasks, which combines to a job. I believe AI helps in 3 stages. The first is, there are certain tasks that AI would automate. Then there are certain tasks where AI will augment your skill. And in these 2 areas, AI will work as an assistant to you. But the third level comes when we see there are tasks which are human skill or human emotions driven. Those are the areas would still be, driven by human, and AI as of today, or maybe in the next 2-3 years, I don't see that AI is, encroaching that area. Till that time, the tasks that are can be automated or can be augmented, this is where AI will be very helpful to us.
So that means in storytelling, we won't have AI come in?
Well, it's a question to me? Maybe I'll just add a line here.
Yeah.
In a storytelling, how the AI will come in that, I'm taking the cue from my previous speaker who said about mythology. So I have a mythological story in mind, I have the outline, but to elaborate that, I can use AI, that augmentative part of AI, and elaborate that. Maybe that's where it will come.
I'll come to him because he has also done a mythology. Yeah. Yes. So my story, same question. What happens to storytelling when I'm using AI?
So firstly, when we started our show Kurukshetra, so it was pre-AI era. So it started 3.5 years back. So we have not used enough AI on that. My take on AI is very simple. Nothing what I have read or I am hearing from other people, it is from my experience. AI is going to be there. It's going to remove mediocrity. Okay. It's going to add efficiency for sure. That's something I can see right now. AI is going to do. It could be storytelling, it could be animating, it could be writing a script. So it will empower you. There is no space for mediocrity after this. It's going to upscale the bar. It's going to take the job, not take the job, replace people. It's too early to answer that right now. I don't think so anybody can replace human being like in the entire process. So we are going to be there. Of course, efficiency is going to add. So instead of me working with 100 people, I will be working with 50 people. But my output will be same. I did Kurukshetra in 3 years' time with my research and everything. Now if I have to do Kurukshetra, I have to complete that in 1 year's time, 1.5 years' time with the help of AI. That's the difference I could see right now. There is, yeah. So
you're basically talking of more efficient. I think you were also talking of efficiency, right? That
right.
AI brings in, because you were talking of the streaming part of it.
Right, right. So AI, like now what we are hearing is people are getting feared, like my job is getting replaced or something. But if you ask me truly, because we are seeing what is the trend going on across India as well as globally. So it's not about fearing, it adds as a productivity for yourself, right? So it can, so we are working with many media houses across India, right? So we are helping them build workflows, right? Where initially if it has to be done through humans, it would have taken weeks of time, but now it takes few hours of time or maybe a day, right? So it has added efficiency to that. And at the end of the day, AI can help you generate scripts, right? Help you edit fast, right? And create generation, AI generated, models or something. But at the end of the day, you need a human in the loop, right? Where you have to add humors, you have to add emotions to that, right? So humans would always be there. So humans should be the boss of the AI. So that is what I feel. We should use it as a productivity tool, right? And take the advantage of it.
Okay, so audience, mainly the students, you're not supposed to be afraid. You're supposed to get more efficient with AI. And the human part of it will always be there. Going back to you, sir. When we say human part of it, how is engagement happening? How are you measuring engagement? How is it coming in when you are using AI? How is it better?
No, great question. I think our previous panel have deliberated a lot, at least in the end, about this measurement and the utilization of the data. So now I've been into this industry for about 20 to 23 years now, and my realization after so many years is that the rate of data generation is way, way higher than the rate of data consumption. The amount of data that is being generated, till few years ago, only a very minuscule part of that has been analyzed. With AI, nowadays, we are probably at a better place to consume and get insight out of that data.
I have a question related to this. When you're saying a lot of data is generated, while it is true that cities, urban areas, we still haven't penetrated the rural areas, right?
To a great extent, yes.
To a great extent. When we talk about the mythologies, they are mainly targeted to a suburban crowd or things like that. How are you tackling that area which is still media dark, which still doesn't have the AI reach? Okay, I'll go after you. Once he finishes, I'll go back to you.
No, that's definitely, but what happened is that with the advent of social media, this digital divide, if we may call it, between the urban, rural and the semi-urban area kind of blurred to a lot, right? Today, the content is being consumed at every corner, nook and corner of the country. So we now have some digital footprint of those consumption of the content. It is about us, how do we use that data and analyze and generate insight out of that. Recently, or at least in the last few years, a number of new tools have came up which are AI driven, and then we have been able to do some justice to this untapped data, like so the media attribution models or the content attraction or the recommendation engines. All the recommendation engines are today defined by the person who is, what content is being watched by the person. So of course there are certain breakthroughs are happening because of this data getting populated and data being available. But I guess there's a lot to go, and AI can only help down the line.
Sir, yes, you.
Hello. So I believe that right now we are doing a lot of AI content. In terms of the consistency of that, right from top to the last person in the chain is using AI, giving the references out, giving the details what anybody is expecting. So there's a huge amount of data that gets collected at every stage. But still, the challenge what we face is the consistency of it.
Okay.
Okay. The director, what he's looking at it, and the last person who is understanding, both have a different reference. Because the prompting is not same, the idea is not same.
Yes.
The command is not same.
Yes.
Okay. So AI gives you multiple options to think for the same idea. It also brings down to a level, if you are good in terms of communication and you are able to communicate, half of the time earlier what used to happen was the director is writing the script. But what is there on the paper, it's never there on the visuals.
Yes.
Unless you put an effort in doing the concept arts.
Yes.
Now within a click of seconds, that visual docket is there because of the AI.
Okay.
So this data which is getting collected at every level, I think what he was saying is absolutely correct, that consumption is less than the generation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
When you want more consumption.
Exactly. I mean, see, like I said, that for one data, for one image or for one video, there are 50 people in the chain who are giving that same data. But who is ultimately consuming that? AI is not ready for theatricals. AI is still a YouTube, a vertical drama format. People are using mainly for generating the content which they think that people will like. But I am not seeing any AI content which has crossed millions of views and people are earning through that.
Ringo, what would you say on that? Because you're creating AI content.
I'll tell you, I little disagree with what Rajeev said because I'll tell you where I come from. I'll tell you what AI does for me, and I'm sure there are a lot of young students here who would perhaps be using AI in various multiple ways. Now, I talk on the creative part because I am a creative guy. I am not the data management here. I'm the creative guy. I'll tell you what it does for me. It gives me arcs, which is very important. You see, I have a story to tell. I have few characters in my mind. Now, I have limitations of mind, which I'm limited by my thoughts. And each one of us have got all our limitations. You know, there's a ceiling to it. AI opens the ceiling up and the roof is the limit. The sky is the limit. So what it does for me is, it sets various kind of arcs for me, and then it tells me, choose which one do you want. I say, no, I don't want this one, but I wish I could have a little bit of this into that. Can you help me create an arc like that? He says, yes, boss, I can do. So Scott is a very good guy, and he's very obedient. He listens to me, and he says, okay, buddy, I will do it for you. And he gives me another 10 arcs based on what I have asked. So then I am in a bit of a confused state because there are too many things available in too little a time. And now I have to pick and choose which is good for me because everything is looking good for me. So that is where the human element comes, you know, where you need to pick a choice as to what is good for you. Because you know what you want. My Scott doesn't understand what he wants. Now, people who use AI, the ChatGPTs and Geminis and all the other perplexities and all the other stuff, people are using it like a Google search, which I think is wrong. A Google is a Google, which is it's a portal web search. AI is very specialized too. What you need, it keeps amplifying your thought. It's a thought amplifier. You need one, you keep changing your thoughts, it keeps adding on your vision.
Very interesting. So you are saying AI is a thought amplifier.
Yeah, it is. It's an emotion amplifier because let's say, I'll tell you, I'll give you a very small instance. We did not believe that it could create the kind of music I want for my film. So this was just a trial basis we were doing. So I set a prompt. I wrote what I'm looking for my music. I wanted a bit of Zimmer, a bit of Rahman, a bit of this, bit of that. I want this arc to be this. I thought it's going to tell me, shut the hell up, you know, what are you talking about? Oh no. It set out prompts for me to put it on various multiple AI pods. And I could create music and I own that copyright because that is my copyright. I own that.
Very good point. Now I'll segue into copyright. Because while you're creating your property, yes. I have heard about NFTs and the blockchain and all that. Are you really doing it? Would you say, let's say these students create music through AI. There are musicians in the audience, I'm sure, and they are using AI to create it. So how are you defending that copyright? What are the laws? What are things?
Just can I add a little
sure,
bit to
sure,
this?
Sure, please.
ASHISH can. See, what we did was there are distributors of music, and these are international distributors who first examine the music you're making. They cannot be inspired. They are not take on anything. You cannot, in the prompt, you cannot say, I need an Arijit Singh, or I need a Zimmer, or I need a Kishore Kumar. You can't do that. It has to be your own idea.
Okay.
Then only it respects your prompt, it takes it seriously. And then
giving the right prompts is also very important.
That is the key. If your prompt is wrong, you're wrong.
Okay.
And the most important part, ma'am, which is very interesting, see, there are distributors worldwide which gives you to about 161 portals they sell your music to, and you get royalties out of that. And they license the music to me. I own that music.
Okay.
And I'm able to sell it and merchandise it in my own way.
Okay.
So it's I think it's a very extremely acceptable bandwidth that we're looking at, and it is here to stay and it's going to grow.
What about you? How are you doing it?
So we work very closely with all the broadcasters and OTT platforms. So say Nickelodeon or Sony, Warner Media, Geo. So right now everybody's exploring. There's a lot of research going on. Like when we are creating like any show or any content through AI, what legal implementation it will have. So a lot of research is going on. A lot of lawyers are sitting and working and trying to understand, because when you're getting into a large format content, you need to have clarity on this. So right now there is no complete clarity when it comes to storytelling and all. So that's why I know that everybody is talking about AI, how to use AI. AI will take my job. AI will do this. AI will. nobody's talking about AI literacy. We have to be AI literate, like first, like students, like when they are starting, that's the first point.
There
So,
comes
yeah.
my, yes. So
Yeah.
how, you said
Yeah,
you
so-
were doing AI literacy.
Yeah. So this is very interesting area for me, right? So as we manage a lot of media houses and studios also, right? So initially what the trend we saw is that everybody wants to protect their content. So that was the initial days, right? That we implemented so many securities. Nobody should be able to copy the videos. Nobody should be able to copy the audios, right? Now what we are seeing is the trend is changing actually. People still want to secure the content, but there are tools like Hygen and 11 Labs where you give your content and it will create a human-like videos for yourself, right?
Okay.
And you cannot tell looking at your eyes that it's a AI generated, right? So it seems like AI is at the national level, but the rules are still, AI is at global level, but the rules are still at the national level, right? So we need to enable strict laws, right? That at the end of the day, all the content are coming out of the tools. So there should be laws where the tool itself says that the content is AI generated, right? Otherwise, at some point of time, if it is not restricted, we might not be able to have a proper differentiation between a AI generated content or a normal human with so many of efforts they have created that content, right? So that's an area
Okay.
that I
Demarcation is not there right now.
I have a question for you. While they are saying that there's so much of content being generated and all that, and AI is using, though he's saying I'm using music rights and everything, because when you give a search on ChatGPT, Gemini, or the other Copilot, or any other tool, same question, we get the same sort of answer. Same replication. You were talking about data not being consumed. I'm talking about data being generated, which is similar. So going forward, we are talking about branding being similar. Won't it be similar? My question, my concern. Oh,
So AI is non-deterministic. So every time it creates different content.
No prompts, your prompts are always
yes, but we
The
can
results are
understand what is AI content.
Right. No, I agree
yeah.
to you. Like, because I remember one session was happening and storytellers were supposed to tell give their stories, and I was there, and 3 stories were like almost similar. So we could
We
easily
get
make
similar
out.
answers from our students. We know it is ChatGPT or one of those things. But how are you going to convince me that it is not going to replicate the world in the same way? That creativity, where goes creativity?
No, ma'am.
So,
you tumi bolo.
So a couple of things are here. Of course, if you go a plain vanilla and take the question to Grok or Gemini or ChatGPT, Perplexity, they would probably give the same answer. And I keep doing that because sometimes I have a question, I actually open all the apps and paste the question and see what answer. 90% time it's correct. But how it is changing, and that is where this AI literacy will come up very importantly. There are 2 important technologies I think people should be aware of. The first one, we call it the MCP, the Model Context Protocol. Like, I am asking a question, but what is my context? I may be a researcher asking a question. RIINGO is a filmmaker asking the same question of the same methodology, but our contexts are different. So one of the aspects of AI literacy would be, how do we understand this MCP part? Okay, this model contextual. Very recently, only yesterday or day before, Google announced that their latest model would be implemented with a very high level of memory management that will keep the context of the user in mind and give the answer. So maybe from next semester onwards, you will see starting differential answer from your different students. That's number one.
Hopefully.
Second is that what we call the RAG, which is technically called retrieval augmented generation. The objective of this is that it will definitely use a common model like Gemini Pro or Grok, a particular version, but it will limit it answers on a given set of information. It could be a set of PDFs you have uploaded, or could be a set of data you have uploaded, or could be a set of music RIINGO has uploaded, on that context only. So next time onwards, maybe we who are the users of AI would be more aware of this rack technique and ask question very specific to the context and very specific to a set of questions only, set of data only. So these would actually probably help, like, bring in more creativity, bring in more differentiation on the answers, and specific to your questions. I mean, that's what I see.
Hello. So what happens is basically when we are generating the content all across, we are doing music videos, we are doing the work for OTT, we are doing for films, all generative AI content. But what AI also does is a smarter tool. Okay, it also reads your way of writing the prompts.
Absolutely.
Okay, the way you are able to communicate to AI, it always.
So the context is always important.
Exactly. And if I'm using AI, if he's using the AI, if he's using the AI within the same company, using the same kind of a content, generating the same kind of a content, it automatically after 3, 4 days, 5 days, it starts reading, okay, you guys are the same and trying to fool me. Now I'll give you the same kind of a image. Do not experiment with me. So that also is one of the features that people are getting into this.
Okay, RIINGO, you wanted to say something.
See, I'll tell you, ma'am, my only thing is that, like Dada said, that the context, yes, that is the most important. See, when I make a film, I write from the filmmaker's context. He's a researcher, he will write from his, maybe we're talking about the same similar things. It's about what you need to learn from the AI and what you need the AI to tell you to do it. Now, I've got assistants here who schedules my films. So when they use AI, they'll be using they've got a storyline to schedule in how many days. They will set their prompts accordingly to that same context. How to schedule, kitna din mein ye picture khatam hone wali hai. The other AD would say, okay, in this thing, how many sets are required, how many set designs are, we can do outdoors, how many we can do indoors. So how AI can elaborate, where is the best possible way at this kind of cost where you can shoot the film. AI will give the trajectory to that. For me, in the same office, there are 5 people working in the same platform with the same subject with different needs. And AI caters to each one of them in its own way, their way. So that, I think, is magnificent because the kind of time it's taking milliseconds to do that, which earlier ones, which to schedule films, take us about 20 days. Right now, it takes about 2 hours. We are ready with schedules, with complete projection schedules, with budgets in 2 hours. That's incredible.
Ashish, is that same thing happening at your organization?
For us, like AI is supporting us to do things manually, to be very honest. Like whatever we are creating, whatever we are doing, we are not replacing humans right now. Because the moment we replace human, we are not in control. So for us, like it is becoming the part of the process. Like pre-production right now is a main area where we spend a lot of time when we are doing a new show. So AI is helping us over there with a lot of references. But I also see that as a con because it gives you too much of data, and it is stopping you to think. So you have to have a clear line, because if you want to make Kurukshetra and you want to have an impact, you need to have a good storytelling, and you need to have human intervention. I'm not eliminating AI, to be very honest, but I think AI is too early right now to comment on. Like it will definitely help. It will definitely replace a lot of things, because I come from a classical animation background. So I've seen animation happening on paper. Then I have seen flash animation coming, everybody talking about, oh, computers came, now animation will be like killed. Like then 3D animation came. Then everybody thought that, okay, 2D flash, nobody will do. Right now, how many of you are aware of anime, like manga? Who all sees? So each and every household, like manga is part of our life. Like it's a classical animation. It's not dead. It's still there, and it is having more impact than any other content. You take
Because
India,
of that good storytelling, right?
good storytelling,
Telling.
good storytelling, and it has
I have
you
seen
have to
manga.
have good storytelling and cinematic experience. So it goes hand
Point
in
to
hand.
note. So
Yeah.
AI is not above good storytelling.
Yeah. So AI will definitely, if you take AI to help you and you know the limits, it will definitely at this moment, it will help you. And I can clearly see at this moment, AI content can be used for YouTube or non-main broadcasting platform. I don't think it's ready as of now. You need more.
Ashish, will you say something? Sorry,
Yeah.
Angshuman, would you
Yeah.
say something on that? I will bolchi
Like
naam
if
se.
I get a
Arunava,
if we get a successful show, I will agree. But right now, no.
Arunava, will you say something?
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that?
So there are two aspects of it. See, the day-to-day tasks that we're using, right, Gemini and all those. So there are two aspects of it. One is these are the generalized tools, right? But if you are talking about professional work or a productional grade work, right? So we don't use the standard general public available tools, right? So there are different LLM models which are specifically built based on the algorithms, right, on the media use cases, right? We are working on few of the media houses where they have a huge number of content. They want the AI models to learn and adopt based on the content they have already generated,
Okay.
right? And create a new content with the new ideas,
Okay.
which should be based on the similar patterns of the production house, right?
Okay.
So that we are seeing evolving over
Any
time.
example?
Yeah, for like, I cannot take the name, but here for ABP we are doing, right?
Okay.
For Printers Mysore we are doing. They have their like media house, media contents all over these years. We just train our model, custom model specifically built for that, so that their contents don't go outside, right? It's not going public.
Okay.
So they are building on that AI models, and then for a specific event, they are giving the context, and the AI is generating videos.
The predicting, basically
Yes.
predicting.
Predicting as well as generating videos,
Okay.
right? Also, we are seeing a lot of YouTube faceless channels coming up these days, right? So they are
Right.
generating millions and millions of views,
Huh?
right? And I have literally, when I started seeing this, I saw, okay, who will see faceless channel? It might not be that interesting. But when I keep traveling, last week when I was in Hyderabad, I was seeing the hotel receptionist was constantly looking into AI-generated reels. And that was mythology. So I was amazed.
Okay.
Actually, I went to him, I asked, okay, what is the channel? And then I looked into it. It has really good views. So it changed
Yes.
my perspective. So people are...
So YouTube is one thing that has
Yes.
democratized. I think everybody will agree. YouTube has democratized, and it is one area that everybody explores.
Absolutely.
Given the dynamic nature, we are going to go towards the end now, and therefore I'm going to ask you, given the dynamic nature of media, dynamic nature of AI also, it's evolving, more will come out. What would you like to see in the curriculum? What would you like to see in the Gen Z that is coming forward? Both in terms of their soft skills, both in terms of their knowledge level, what would you like to see? This is going to be a question to all of you.
Yeah, I'll quickly tell. I've been part of both sides of the table. Most of my life into the builder side, this side of the table. And recently, few years, I'm also in the user side of the table. When it comes to curriculum, and I'm understanding that this is not really a tech curriculum as such, but for general, my suggestion always would be, of course, learn various tools that are available, which can also be self-taught, but also learn how AI really works. What are the underpinnings of AI? Not necessarily in a highly mathematical or technical manner, but from where the data gets, what the algorithm really talks about, so if I'm talking about a movie, how a movie can be broken into frames and how a frame is constructed pixel by pixel. If these kind of knowledge we develop, our understanding of AI, how it works, how it can help, and how it can change certain things will be more effective down the line, rather than just learning the tools.
Okay, great.
I believe that, firstly, a lot of students here, a lot of young minds over here, firstly, don't be scared of AI. There's nothing to be, it's not a ghost, it's not a demon, it's a fantastic friend you have with you. The trick is very simple, like Dada said. Yes. Learn the base. If you're a filmmaker, I'll talk from my point of view. You must know filmmaking. AI cannot teach you filmmaking. It has to come from within. What it will do for you is you must know, as a filmmaker, if you're a director, if you're a cinematographer, if you're an editor, if you're a colorist, if you're a writer, if you are AD, whatever, you must know, be very job specific as to what you require the AI to do for you, and you must know what prompt to write. It's very important to know the language of the prompt. If you get that wrong, everything goes wrong. The arc goes wrong. Now, to know that, I think you need to practice it yourself. You keep writing about yourself. You would be surprised that the AI platform knows more about you than perhaps your friends might know about you. It's brilliant that way. Ask them about what you should do, how your day should. Try practicing these prompts. First basic thing is not to be scared. It's just another friend that you talk to. You're sitting alone, just talk to your friend. Secondly, which is very important, is that keep the minds open. The windows have to be open. You know, learn from your friends, your associates, your friends, your foes. Do a lot of YouTube, because YouTube is the best university right now, which teaches you to help you explore ideas. There are millions of people in our same boat traveling in different parts of the world. They've got ideas over there which they share. I learn everything of filmmaking a lot better when I see young filmmakers all over the world discussing these projects. See, that's what social media and YouTube has done for us. It has opened the windows for us. And thirdly, be honest with the approach. It is not going to be easy with AI. Don't think it's just about kuch seekhna nahi hai, I don't need to learn. It's very easy, ho jayega. Nothing is ho jayega. You have to really work for it. AI is also very hard work, because the guys who are creating these platforms, people like these gods over here, they are the ones who are really helping us evolve. See, they also have to get to see AI really functioning properly in our lives. Then only their job is done properly. So let's be honest, let's integrate, and let's associate, and let's collaborate. That is what AI is going to do for us.
Yes, sir.
To use AI, I think we need to be artistically intelligent. That is what AI is.
Interesting word, artistically intelligent.
Yes. I mean, it's though artificial, but you need to be artistic in order to make a good filmmaking. Number two is that the traditional learning cannot be waived off, because just the AI is playing as a smart tool.
So should you say that reading and writing should continue?
Reading, writing, learning VFX, learning the animation, you have to have a basics. The way everybody of us has gone through that process. AI is making things easier, not giving you an approach to wave off something and then come up with a smarter solutions. That will never work in long run. The way you want to curate the content, you need to be very, very creative, and for that you need to have a learning. The foundation's very, very clear.
Thank you. Yes.
They have covered almost everything. So I will talk about again AI literacy for the students, number one. And you should be scared of AI or not. You should be scared of AI, for sure. It is there because when you are scared, like then you find ways and then you find how to learn things. So I think I'll be blunt and like be scared. Like it's going to whip everybody off, like for sure. So it is going to be there. It is going to be there in our system. And it's going to replace a lot of things. But if you learn it in a right way and make sure that AI is empowering you and not replacing your thought process. Like if it empowers you, if you can balance that, you will get success, because AI will empower individuals. Remember one thing, like of course storytelling is a collective effort when it comes to animation, but it will empower each and every individual at a whole. And if you are students, like my only advice to the institutes and to the students is like, you should have AI projects before you come out, because that will help you to understand how to create a content using AI, pros and cons of AI, and very, very important, what are the legal things you have to understand when you are using AI. Like when you go and you say that this is what my trailer looks like, or this is how my project looks like, you should not have somebody, like if you get success, nobody should come one day and say that, oh, this is not completely your content, because they will have enough data. AI will have enough data where he will prove that they have created the content. So literacy is very, very important, and like I think a project approach should be there.
Thank you
yeah.
so much for that insight. And what do you, when you go to the colleges, since people
Right.
have talked about it, you are going to institutes, what are you talking about?
Right. So AI, we should not fear. That is the first point that I would like to talk to my colleagues and friends there. You should adopt AI. You should start learning the tools that are available. And we are running a lot of workshops for the students, right? Because those students who are getting freshly passed out of the colleges, they have absolutely no idea where to start, right? So we have created a learning roadmap for the students, right? We are doing it with Jadavpur and so many other institutes as well. You need to give it a time, right? And there are a lot of open source and easily available tools available. They need to learn that. And it's not that very difficult. Only the thing is that if you are lazy, definitely you are going to get replaced. That is for sure. So you have to be energetic, you have to spend time, you have to love that, learn it, and then you can rock it. I'm 100% sure.
Thank you so much, all the panelists. Pretty much they said that AI is going to be there. It is going to make the world efficient. But if you're thinking creative person, you will be there. AI is not going to beat you.
I'll quickly direct this question to my old partner in crime, Ringo. Gentlemen, all of you, it was a fantastic panel. Ringo, you spoke about filmmaking and also in HiTech, how they go about making content. Yesterday only I heard something which you created using AI as a confluence of AI and real content. How far has it helped you in practical terms when it comes to the OTT market? You've done work for Click also and others too.
Yes.
How far has it practically helped as far as audience acceptability is concerned? You did, have a small discussion on how people do understand that it's AI-led, but how acceptable is this to audiences?
I'll tell you a quick reference to that. Thanks for the question, Rana. I'll tell you. I did a film on a tiger. This was called Pilgunj. And this was on a real story of the Pilipit story, which we did for a portal like Click. It's a regional portal which doesn't give us a huge amount of budgets. And we had almost 40 minutes of tiger shots over there. It is what tigers running, tigers chasing, tigers eating people. And the first question when we attempted to do this, they asked that, "Ye kaise ho sakta hai? With this money, we don't have budgets for this." Because at that time, VFX would be extremely expensive to do something and make it realistic. So we've been exploring with a lot of these AI kind of portals, quite some time, and we realized that let's give it a try. So we did a lot of trials over there, and we did the trials really came out well, and we've projected on the big screen. We had hired SRFTI to see in the proper projection theater how it looks. Nobody could make out that's artificial, tigers. They were doing realistic. So that really encouraged us to attempt bigger projects at a very smaller cost. And yes, people have to learn that. I've got a complete batch of assistants who are completely qualified to do this. That's what we have been doing. We're attempting to make a feature film now based on the 900 years of mythology of Tibetan mythology, where we've got monsters, we've got demons, we've got everything, and it's being done in-house. So it has helped me a lot. And I really think, Rana, which is very important, that if there are young filmmakers in our crowd today who are looking forward to it, it is going to be a way of life for us.
So we are also working for an OTT and for theatrical, one of the films that have huge AI sequences. Now the things are coming into visual effects or into designing the sequences where you need a smarter approaches, where the interactivity with the male lead is not there. Half of the directors or the creative process is coming back to AI saying that can we generate the sequence in AI. So there is adaptability, there is acceptance now. Yet to see how it looks in theater and people applaud or say that it all looks fake.
Thank you. Ranada, everything fine with the question? Why are you just not twinning with me today? I want to know that. Give it up for Rana Basu Thakur, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We'll take one more question. We have a student from the Heritage Academy.
This is Mehaka. I'm from the Heritage Academy. So my question is to Ashish sir. You mentioned that human should be the boss of AI. You also mentioned about AI literacy. So what you're saying is that AI should be used properly by the users. So what do you think that how do we educate users to use AI as an enhancement tool and not a shortcut or a replacement?
We have very swiftly added AI to our system. So first, as I told you, when it comes, the output what we generate, like it's broadcast output. We are not into YouTube output. I'll be very honest. And our mandate is very clear, like AI you can use as a pipeline, but AI is not replacing my, my shots. Like I'm not creating shots only using AI. That's not what we are doing right now, as of now, because the IP rights and a lot of issues are there, right? So that is one thing. So for us, we are very clear. We are creating our own software, AI softwares, which can help the pipeline do work efficiently. So that's what we are working on, and we are teaching our, training our students and our staff. So how you can use AI to create a human output. Like that's what, like it's a tool for us as of now. So maybe in future we will get a show which is completely, we have to do it in, using AI, but that's not our philosophy is, because AI, sorry, I'm little diverting from what you asked, because I have to answer, so I have to complete my entire thing. Because I think AI will be there, AI content will be there, and human-driven content will be there. You will have separate audiences, okay? You see Kurukshetra sequence where Abhimanyu is dying, and you create the same in AI, and if you can get the same emotion as of now, then I will rest whatever I have spoken about AI. So you will not get that emotion. I am not getting it. So that is a problem right now. So we are our training right now says that you use AI to make the process faster, to do the process faster, or to do the research faster. That's it. That's where we are right now. So because we are learning, we are not there as of now, and the people I am working with, everybody is learning. Because for us, whatever goes out is a serious content, and it's a serious copyright thing. So for us, every step is very, very important, and we are still studying it. So that's what I can say as of now. But if I get more, more information, or I get more updated, I will definitely help you later on also.
No shortcuts.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the question. Thank you so much to all the panelists. Can I have a big round of applause for all of them, please? I'll request all of you to remain over here on stage. I'm going to be calling up on stage Mr. Franklin Toscano, co-founder and CTO, IWMBuzz Media, to please kindly come up on stage and give the token of appreciation to all of them over here.